All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Can you hear me? Got a little remote setup going here. Coffee's good. 71 on the sleep. Doing okay. How are you guys? Let's see here. Think so. I am in Texas, and we're doing this at an undisclosed location. Get my comments up. Put in the chat how you guys are doing today if you're jumping on. See if I can bring them up on my phone until we get back in going here. Uh, let's see here. All right. Yeah, happy Sunday morning. Dave Howard, how are you? Good to see you. Coffee's good. Only woke up once last night. I should, I think, Wendy, I think we need a new house. I don't sleep well. Slept pretty good. Slept pretty good. So, yeah, travel went well yesterday down here in Houston and seeing what's going on and having a good time. So, we're going to kick around today. Going to go to the gym and see what that's all about. And Dave said the sun's shining. Yeah, it was 94. We went to we were sitting on a patio at a restaurant yesterday. The sun was just beating on the side of my head. They're like, "Hey, do you need to move?" I'm like, "I think I might. I think I might." I'm cooking like a lobster over here. So let me see here. Let's make sure we're live on the Insta. Okay, go live over there. See who's around. Maybe we'll get Mike Nunez to hop on. Coffee's good today. Coffee's good. Always better when someone else makes it, right? Yeah. Yeah. How you guys doing today? Good to see you. Live 365. So every single day. Um, I don't know, this is day like 165 or something like that. So I'm having a good time with it, having a lot of fun. Uh, it's been work at times to make sure we get here and get on and bit roughly the right time and be around when you guys are. So it's like any goal or thing that you set out where you want to be consistent, about 160 days in, you're like, ooh, what did I commit to? So, hey, Wendy, I miss you. Good to see you. Thanks for the help. See a little piece of hair so I got sticking up over there. I didn't have time to put my product in. Yeah, what's happening, guys? Pop on here. We came up with a new hashtag yesterday, SBS, hashtag share Bob's shit. So hopefully you shared it yesterday. Got a got a good studio set up today. It's fun. It's good in here. Yeah, boy, that Texas heat is no joke, and it's not even hot here by their standards. So um, it's uh, it's definitely warm. So um, yeah, well, good to see you guys today. We'll get some people popping on. Wendy must be having a hard time making it public because Facebook likes to change everything now and then. So um, not sure what that's about. Luke, can you see that? The alpha thing I got going right there? It's too late to fix it too. That's not going anywhere. I'll just be glad I have hair. How about that? We'll, we'll we'll have gratitude today. So yeah, well, guys, I wanted to talk to you today about empathy. And it wasn't but I don't know, a few years ago when someone called me an empath. Like, you're an empath, Miss C2, babe. Um, Empath. So what's that? That's I'm not an empath. I'm a tough guy. I said, no, it's you have the ability to recognize and understand the emotions of others. And I said, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. I kind of like that. But also the other side of being an empath is you can take on other people's emotions or get your emotion from their emotion. Okay. And I think I've been guilty, not guilty, but that's happened with me from time to time. It's a key emotional intelligence skill that enhances relationships and strengthens communication in both personal and professional settings. It can help you at work. Man, that alpha things. Let's get the barn out over it. Yeah, can you see it sticking up right there? Anyway, have you ever had someone try to listen to you and understand, you know, how you're feeling, like without judgment? That's the power of empathy. When you know somebody's just listening, they're not judging you. We're just talking here, right? And they're not, kind of using it against you later, right? So today we're just going to explore how empathy improves communication, fosters trust, and can create a deeper connection with others. So I would ask you to look inward, like we have been doing with our self-awareness series, and now the series on emotional intelligence. Empathy is about finding echoes of another person in yourself. Moshin Hamid said that. About finding echoes of another person inside yourself. I think that's well said, and really a good description. So Wendy, I'm getting that. Wendy Lead is watching. Wendy Lead is watching. Wendy Lead is watching. It's good. I like it. George Ross says, "Good morning from Tags Building and Remodeling. Ready to crush it today." Yeah, George, put your website in there, guys. If you have a website, if you're a business or you got a side hustle or something like that, and somehow it can help you by posting the link, pop it on there. It's all good. We all grow together. Okay, so put your website on there. So what's the role of empathy in emotional intelligence? Well, it allows you to enables you to understand how others feel, right? Which then enhances communication, helps you respond more thoughtfully, right? So you're not an insensitive prick, right? It can build rapport, right? And mutual respect in relationships, that kind of thing. So it's what adults do, frankly, right? How can it improve a relationship? Look, help you respond with sensitivity to others' needs and emotions, which makes them feel seen and heard and respected. And I joke a lot about being woo woo, being warm and fuzzy, but for real, I mean, why wouldn't you want someone to feel good coming away from a conversation with you? You ever have a conversation with somebody and you walk away and you're like, oh, I think what they said there was passive aggressive, or I didn't realize what they were doing there, and they kind of caught me off guard, and it just doesn't make you feel very good, and you don't gravitate to that person in the future, and you don't want to have a conversation with that person. Can also help in conflict resolution stuff, right? I talk a lot about that, having those tough conversations, or whether it's collaboration or leadership. It just shows that you care about other person's perspectives and well-being. Be nice, right? So Wendy said, speaking of websites, she's on fire over there. She's on fire, posting the links. Yeah, Facebook changed something, and now for some reason during the call, we can't make it public, which meant it would get out to a bunch more people. So all the more important to hashtag SBS, share Bob's shit, right? So you think about like at work, and a manager who's kind of listening actively to their team, acknowledging challenges, supports them emotionally. That's going to build stronger relationships and foster loyalty within the team, right? So you could, from a leadership standpoint, empathy is huge, right? Are you born with it? Can you develop it? I think probably some people are more naturally suited to it, right? Luke McGee is watching. Luke McGee is watching. Luke McGee is watching. Does anybody else get that on your phone? Mine just blows up with the same thing. Man, that's good coffee. So, techniques for enhancing empathy. How do you do it? Right? Hey, Bob, I want to get better at that. Start listening, active listening, not just listening to, well, I hope this guy gets done talking pretty soon so I can say what I want to say. Right? But focus fully on who's speaking. Don't interrupt. Ask open-ended questions. Understand their feelings and thoughts. Put yourself in their shoes. Try to imagine what the other person's going through. That's going to help you relate to their emotional state. And then just how about a non-judgmental response? Not everybody needs you to figure it out for them, right? Sometimes people are just looking to maybe vent a little bit, maybe just kick a few things around. Ask those open-ended questions. Refrain from making snap judgments or offering solutions immediately. Well, what you need to do is da 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 da. Well, that's easy. Why don't you just do that? People want that's not helpful, right? Sometimes people just need to be heard. So listen, and then observe those nonverbal cues. Pay attention to what are they, like body language, facial expressions. Sometimes just one little facial expression can tell you a lot. Uh, you know, and look at it, from a different standpoint. Just open yourself up to, well, maybe if I, excuse me, maybe there's a lot more going on with this conversation than I realize. Yeah. Good morning, Carmen. I'm not far from you. I'm in Houston, so I'm closer to you than I normally am. So good to see you, kid. We miss you. Get on more often. I miss saying, "Hey, Carmen's here." Um, yeah, and Steve Rosenberg's website's up there. Wendy popped that in. So that's why I'm out here in Texas. I'm going to be going to Steve's 2-day event uh, tomorrow. Say Sunday, tomorrow. So Monday and Tuesday. It's actually in Spring, Texas, which is basically Houston. And be doing that. Dan Bennett is coming down. Dan's coming down from Connecticut. It's going to be good to see him and a bunch of other people who are looking at looking to get more knowledge about Steve's programs and all that. So anyway, how about an action step? I got to give you an action step, right? How do you build empathy in your interactions? Let's look at that, right? How about a little reflection exercise? And just maybe take a minute and think of a recent conversation where you just didn't fully listen or understand the other person. What could you have done differently and been more empathetic? I could think back to just stuff this week with just conversations with Wendy and I, different things, going through all the wedding planning, right? And she's working her ass off trying to get that stuff done. And I'm popping in and out and, dropping all my my wisdom, right? And so we've had a bunch of conversations and, I think back and go, wow, okay, yeah, this is a lot, right? So understand where the other person's coming from, and what they've got into something before you just drop all your wise words, right? How about in your next conversation? Maybe just practice some active listening. Maybe pause before you respond. Maybe count the 2 or 3, right? 1, 2, then respond instead of just jumping right on somebody. And maybe in that conversation, just focus solely on the other person. Just reflect on their words and ask how they're feeling to help you deepen your understanding. Good morning, Mark Bunker. Good to see you. Where you been? You've been here for 12 minutes. You're late. Yeah. Stay in your own lane. Ask me how I know. Yeah, Mark, unfortunately, I think I've seen you swerve out of your lane 2 or 3 times, even on a coaching call or two. I'll be on a coaching call with Mark and Michelle will just go, oh, we have a good time. Yeah, we have a good time. Oh shit. Yeah. Yeah. Well, good morning, buddy. I miss you. Hope to see you soon. Talking about empathy today. So, guys, if this was helpful, pop a fist pump in the chat or just write empathy in the chat. Share this out, okay? Just share it out. A couple people shared yesterday. That was great. I appreciate it. More people see it. It's good stuff. And I'm just trying to get in front of people, help them with personal and business development. It's simple as that. I ran into I went into the airport yesterday and there's nobody there. I got there early because I wanted to do the live and I wanted to get posted up somewhere, not feel awkward in the airport and be doing this in an airport. And there's one kid in there and I'm like, hey, are you waiting for United? He's like, yeah, they don't show up till a couple hours before. I'm like, okay. Got talking with him. I said, what do you do? He said, oh, I'm a tennis pro. And he worked at Apex in Portland, the old racket and fitness center. He's 28 and he was headed back down to DC. And it was funny. We chatted for a bit, and I was telling him about, I got a podcast, and I like to interview high performing people and people that are doing extraordinary things. And we chatted about it. And he followed me on Instagram. Then we parted ways, and I went and did my live, and I knew he was going to be at the same gate as me. So when I got done with my live, I brought 3 or 4 books with me. I took a book out and signed a book for him. So I found him at the gate and walked up to him and said, hey, take this, and I signed it for you. And the kid lit right up. Said, wow, this is awesome. Thank you so much. I said, I'll give you something to read on the plane. So, and we got talking about business a little bit, and it was just fun. It's fun to meet people. And if you keep your head up and look at what's around you, you'd be surprised at not only who you can meet, but whose life you might be able to impact a little bit in some way. Who knows what kind of mark that I might have left on Nick, right? and I said, hey, I go live every day, so maybe we'll see him on here sometime, and he's trying to, because he's doing tennis coaching and lessons and all that stuff, and so I was right into a coaching session with him, whether he liked it or not. So, hey, wait, I should have been listening. I should have been more empathetic. But well, guys, use that. Okay, exercise it. It's a muscle. If you think about it, it's like, again, we talk a lot about, you have a choice on how you show up in conversations, right? Even your body language, your everything, right? All of it. Just take a minute and think about that. Get engaged in the conversations that you have in front of you. Tomorrow's not promised, right? So make sure you're diving in and paying attention to being with the people that you're with and being where your feet are. Mark says making a difference one person at a time. That's my coach. Yeah. Yeah, we're doing it all the time. And it's 7 here in Texas, not 8. So, I mean, biological clock or whatever you call it, circadian rhythms and all that. It's all good. I enjoy it. I have a blast with it. I'll do some quick math. Maybe I won't 68. I think 125, 150. I don't know. Day one's, I think 165, something like that. I'll have to do the math here a little bit, but it's too early for that. So yeah, we're having a good time. Bubba Hogan's coming down today, so we'll see him. And gotta come up with a good practical joke to get Bubba back for all the ones he's played on me. But he's one of those guys that you don't beat, right? He just ratchets up the intensity. My dad's that way too. You get going on a practical joke, and the next thing you know, your car's being towed or something. You just don't, something crazy. So anyway, yeah, guys, it's been great. I hope you have a great Sunday. As my friend Steve says, there's 104 weekend days. And if you own your own business and you want to be successful, that's some low-hanging fruit. And that doesn't mean ignore your family or don't take care of business, but it does mean that you might be able to carve out a couple hours on a Sunday, either in the morning or in the afternoon, to just kind of tee up your week, right? Mark says, I slayed the dragon yesterday, thanks to you. Yeah, Mark, I saw your text, and it was just before I jumped on, but I think I got the sentiment of it, and I'll shoot you a note back. Proud of you, buddy. You got to deal with tough stuff, and tough stuff like that pops up now and then, and you got to hit it head on, right? So I'm proud of you. It's good for you. So yeah, guys, have a great day. I'm going to go to the gym with Steve, which probably is not going to go well for me. But that's all right. I'll be up on the stair climber, just working on the hiking legs. So, but it'll be fun, be a good time, and we'll behave ourselves, I guess. So anyway, guys, hit me up if you need me. The links are in the comments. Wendy's done a great job of getting those in here today. We'll make it public so you can share it out. I think it is day 165. Yeah. So you guys do the math. January, February, March, April, May, and 8th day of June, plus 5 days. What is that? I'll wait. Somebody's adding that up already. Oh, yeah. Coffee's good. Coffee's good. And somebody explained to me why I only woke up here. Only woke up once here last night. Usually if you're in a different bed, it's different. You're up, and doesn't happen if there ain't any picks. You damn right. Maybe Bubba will get into town early enough to join us. I don't know. Man, he flew back. Steve flew him back from Argentina. They came into Houston, I don't know, early yesterday morning. Then Bubba went to Memphis to go home, do his laundry, I think. And then he got back on a plane, I think, early this morning, and is on his way back over here. But because Steve slept like an hour and a half yesterday, and he was out to dinner with us last night, and we were on the way back. He's like, I think I need some sleep. So for those of you wondering, he does actually sleep. So day 165, 200 to go, 200 in from here. So just getting started, having a blast with it. As Steve recommended a book to me. What was it called? Russell Brunson, Expert Secrets. And I haven't taken a lot of time to read in the last several months, frankly, because I've been just all in on everything else. And by the time I get to read, I'm cooked, right? And I'm going to fall asleep. So the audio book, and then the only time I'm really sitting still, not able to do anything else, multitask or whatever, is on an airplane. So I listen to Russell Brunson's Expert Secrets yesterday, and he said he was talking about branding and publishing and like doing your stuff, right? And he's like, don't. One of the things he shared was don't create, document. And so, like, if you're thinking about your social media stuff, don't create. Don't think you have to be in a creative mode. Just simply document stuff. Like, see Mark Bunker's name on it. Mark, like you're doing, you're just going out, you're documenting your jobs. You're showing some before and afters. You're doing a little interview with Matt Blood on the 164. 159 plus 5 is 160. So 164. So 201 days left. George Ross, time blocking, my friend. Yeah, get it done. Love it. Um, but he was talking about your brand and a lot of the things you guys have seen me do. And he goes, you know what? He said, you need to publish every day. You need to. He goes, you need to either do a YouTube video, a YouTube short, Facebook Live, or this every single day. And he goes, if you do that for a year, you'll never worry about money again. I'm like, well, shit, I got 165-day head start on that. So I don't know if there's any truth to that or not, whether a pot of gold falls out of the air day 365. But I can tell you this: it's made me more comfortable speaking. I was comfortable anyway, but it's made me better on my feet. It's made me more comfortable being creative on my feet and doing this kind of stuff. So, like I'm doing right now, just kind of freewheeling it and having a blast with it and interacting with people. So, haven't had versus taken. I see what you did there. Yeah, exactly. Well, Mark, I knew you'd call me out on it. If Matt Blood was here, he'd be all over me like a cheap suit if I said I haven't had time to read lately. I haven't taken time to read lately, but great book. It was one of those books. I've got a couple hours left to listen to, but I'm literally going to start it over again when I get done because I miss a lot, and then I want to be able to take some notes and do some things. Wendy, don't come at me. I learned math at Westbrook High. Come at me, bro. Yeah, down there in Westbrook, they got to take their shoes and socks off to count to 11. Oh shit. I have a good time. But yeah, it was a lot of really good stuff. And I don't know, I wish I had better retention because there was a lot there. I was like listening to it. I need to remember this. I need to remember this. So I need to do the Cliff's notes on it or reduce it to a summary or just write down some things. I retain things better when I write them and then refer back to them. So it's just a thing. I don't know. Probably who knows? Probably have some sort of ADD, but something. Everybody's got something, right? Yeah, it was good stuff. I'm trying to think of some other things that I got from it, but it was like when he was talking about branding and doing the things, I was like, "Yep, I'm doing that. Yep, I'm doing that. Did that. Been doing that for two start a podcast. Yep, did that 3 years ago. Yep, doing that." So it was kind of cool to listen to this guy that's like a internet genius and funnel hacking guy talk about all the things you need to do if you want to be successful in this space. And I was able to check a bunch of boxes, which was cool. So anyway, I appreciate you guys being on the journey with me. I'm having a blast. Not coming off the gas anytime soon. Wendy's math gives us an extra day, so 201 days out, something like that. We need a counter, some sort of clicker. Oh yeah, they make one of those called a calendar. So taking notes while reading is actually amazing. Yeah, I know it's yeah, and it probably would help me not squirrel out as much because if I'm, all of a sudden I'm thinking about this and then he said this and then now I'm thinking about, well, we could plan this big event, we could do this, we could do that, and then my mind is getting creative and then I missed a bunch of stuff and I've got to go back. So, um, yeah, I'm one of those guys that if I can read a page in a book and then go to the next page and go, nope, got to go back because that's not, I got nothing. I read it, but it didn't land. So anyway, we've all got us things. So guys, I hope this was helpful today. Happy Sunday. Um, don't be afraid to take an hour or two today and get yourself teed up for a good week. You'll notice the difference. Okay. Get your act together, get your ducks in a row. You should know what you're doing tomorrow, right? You should be able to, it should be on your calendar, on your phone. You should be able to pull it up. Here's what I'm going tomorrow. Here's what I'm doing. Here's the objective tomorrow. What are we doing? And if you're leading people, you damn well better know what you're doing and what they're doing. because otherwise all you're doing is touching off a big shit show on Monday morning, right? So anyway, uh, I'll post a pic from the gym, and I'll look a lot worse than I do now. We're gonna go get some work done here shortly and kick off the day, then and do some hanging out, maybe connect with a few people, and get ready to change some lives tomorrow and Tuesday. So, guys, if you need me, hit the link. Appreciate it. Hashtag SBS, and we'll catch up with you real soon. Mark says, in the office now, doing the shit for a couple hours. Love it. Yeah. Wendy says, I'm not saying I do it these days, but in the past, it was super helpful. Helped me retain more. Yeah, I'm going to start doing that, taking some notes. Then the chicken scratch handwriting, and I got to deal with that. So anyway, we're all a work in progress. Okay, guys, we'll see you later. I'm out. Have a great day. Love y'all.